Hi everybody. I'm the last one, I think, aren't I, Marco? So you can have drinks after that. Anyway, alphabetic. I'm putting an I in front of Truphone in future. Anyway, we were formed in 2006 by James Tagg, who's actually quite a prolific inventor. He's invented the touchscreen technology that most of you buy your airline tickets and train tickets on. And James is still with us today. He's our Chief Technology Officer. Everything we do is aimed at providing great communication solutions for people with international lifestyles. So if you travel a lot, or you work abroad, or you have family abroad, we're setting out to save you lots of money. We've raised a lot of money, over £38 million, because what we're building is a really, really big play. We are effectively a next-generation global mobile operator, and I'm going to talk more about that in a moment. And we have a very experienced management team. We have some people in our technical team who are really leading world experts in the technology that we're putting together. And we've got some really, truly groundbreaking technology that we've patented. And also a lot of experience in the mobile industry, which is where I come from. I was in Vodafone for 12 years. I launched Prepay there, the first Vodafone company, and also latterly in Yahoo as head of mobile. So the problem we're setting out to solve is the problem of big roaming bills. And, you know, although in Europe the regulator is forcing roaming prices down, actually everywhere else in the world, the cost of roaming is going up. And I guess many of the people in this room will have often, you know, racked up bills of over hundreds of pounds every month when you travel. And it is really, and those of you who have iPhones and use data abroad will have racked up thousands of pounds worth of bills when you travel. So it's a really big problem. And in fact, one of the operators here in the UK in September announced that they were putting up the prices of making calls in America. You know, they more than doubled the price. So the price of making a call went to $2 a minute. From about, I think it was about 75 cents a time. So it's a huge problem. And what we're setting out to do is to build a base of customers all around the world, these people who have international lifestyles. So we are totally focused on these people, not on the mass market. And our aim is to keep them local as they travel around the world. So we started off, and the part that we're most well known for is our Wi-Fi applications. We've really been the pioneer in VoIP applications on the phone. We started off with the Nokia. We were the first in the iPhone App Store with the VoIP app, the first on the iPod Touch. We're on BlackBerry and Android devices as well. And basically, when you download the application onto your phone, you can make free calls to other Truphone users or other Skype users or Google Talk users, and you can make very low-cost international calls to any mobile or landline anywhere in the world. So it costs like a penny a minute to call America on a mobile, a penny a minute to call China on a mobile. There's, you know, great savings. And that business is growing. You know, I mean, I've been in mobile most of my working life, and it's all about timing. And VoIP is going to be huge, but, you know, it's still going to take time. But that business is growing nicely. We put on about 2,000 to 3,500 customers a day without really doing any marketing. So we're in there. We're known as having the best quality VoIP application on the market. And that's, so our users are really serious users. And we run that business now as a separate unit, has its own dedicated team. And we have a three-pronged growth strategy. We're going onto the PC early next year, so people can use Truphone not just on the mobile, but on the PC as well. We're opening up our APIs in Q1 next year, so other application developers, like gamers, for example, if you've got a gaming application and you want multiplayers to talk to each other, you're just able to pull in our API and allow them to talk. And the third element that we've experimented with is white label, and we've actually launched a whole range of our apps under white label for a major American operator this year, who I cannot name. Anyway, so that business is growing nicely, and we're big believers that VoIP is going to become increasingly important, and we're committed to growing that business. But in January, we're launching a really, really sexy new product. It is, you know, I've worked in mobile most of my life. I don't think there's ever been many better products than this. And it's called Truphone Local Anywhere because it's aimed at keeping you local as you travel around the world. It's a proper GSM service. It's nothing to do with VoIP or anything like that. It's a GSM service, voice, SMS, data. And basically on one SIM, you can enjoy local rates in a number of countries around the world and also have lots of different numbers on it. Because what we're doing is we're going out to key destinations around the world. We're signing up MVNO or wholesale agreements with operators, which allow us to offer local rates in those countries and local numbers in those countries. So we're starting with the US and UK, and we're launching that in January. But we've got a whole pipeline of countries that are coming on, another 4 over the coming months, and then we hope to get about 10 countries out there by the end of the year. So the way it works is you buy a SIM card, and you might buy it on a plane or on a website or in a regular phone shop. You put it in your phone, and if you're a UK customer, for example, proper UK mobile number, you can bring your own number with it, so you can port your own number and start using it as your main phone. And it'll have competitive local rates because we are effectively a virtual operator in the UK. And then when you go to America, where we have actually wholesale arrangements. In fact, we've bought an operator in America. We haven't gone public on which one. You will then, when you get off the plane and you switch on your phone, you get a text message saying, would you like to have call rates for 20 cents a minute instead of $2 a minute? So basically for something like $15, which is basically less than your taxi ride into JFK, you can, make calls in the States for 20 cents a minute, and you'll also have great international call rates because that's what we do anyway, so when you're calling back home. And all you have to do to accept is just text yes. And then when you leave the States, you can just take that for a month or, switch it off after that, all by text. So there's no contracts, no commitments, anything like that. And then basically, you'll also get offered, do you want to have an American number? And you can either go online and pick a gold number, one you really like, or you can buy an American number just by text when you land. And then from that point on, if you buy an American number, and you don't have to, but obviously if you've got family in America, it's good for them to call you on a local number. Or if you're a business person and you want to appear local in America, then it's good to have an American number. So now you have 2 numbers on the one SIM. All right, so you don't have to do anything. If people call you on your English number and you're in America, it's just like receiving a call at home. You don't pay anything. And vice versa. If you go to England and somebody calls you on your American number, it's just like being in America. There's no roaming. And then also in those countries, you're paying local rates. And then as we open up more Truphone countries, be local, as I said, we're hitting all the major travel destinations. We've got we're planning to be in other countries like the next deals we'll sign: Australia, Hong Kong, Netherlands, Spain, and then in those countries exactly the same thing. You just get off the plane, switch on your phone, same thing. Do you want local rates or do you want to pay higher roaming rates? Now the phone obviously works everywhere because it's a proper GSM phone, and everywhere else. So the proposition is in the countries where we have wholesale agreements, you can be local. Everywhere else, we'll save you probably 10 to 20% off your roaming bill anyway, because with our technology, we can actually least cost route you. We have lots of roaming partners and least cost route you to the roaming best roaming deal for that country. And we also will offer you, if you're going to Botswana and you're still not happy with our roaming rates, we'll offer you the option just to use a callback service if you want, where you can make big savings in return for a slightly more clunky user experience. So, this is truly groundbreaking. There is nothing else anywhere in the world that does this, and we've traveled the world. I've just spent 3 out of the last 4 weeks in November in Asia. We have a whole raft of countries there that we're very excited, that we're very confident we'll be opening up in 2010. And by the way, this, it's a voice, SMS, and data proposition. We'll also be launching a data card-only proposition because data is even a bigger issue. So you'll be able to, with your data key, just be local in all these countries around the world. So obviously, just in terms of, we've got our brand registered in most countries around the world. There's only one where we have a problem, which is a country in Asia. And in the model, we've designed all our systems from the outset to be global. So they're scalable, they're global, we can integrate new countries very quickly. And from a distribution point of view, we have our own distribution in the UK and US, which is a combination of traditional phone shops, but also very specific travel partnerships. But everywhere else, we'll just appoint local partners, or indeed in many countries, we're finding operators are saying, can we please market your service for you, because we see it as either a key service for our travellers, which we want to keep, or a key customer acquisition tool. And just then, a quick word on where we'll go in the future, because we are uniquely positioned to, and we want to be able to let our customers use whatever device they want to use and whatever access technology. So if you have Truphone on a Wi-Fi phone and you want to make free calls, then we want you to be able to do that from the same billing account as from your cellular phone, so that you have one Truphone account and you can use Truphone on the Wi-Fi, Truphone on the PC, Truphone on your cellular card, so you really don't need any other service. And so in summary, what we are a next generation global mobile operator. We've got all the clever stuff that a GSM operator have. We have our own VoIP network, we have our own home location register, for those of you who understand GSM infrastructure, our own intelligent network. We've got everything a GSM operator has except the radio base stations, so we rent the radio leg. But actually, we've got the whole rest of the infrastructure. We can control every single step of the call route along the way, and it's a very we're capital light. So we've also got our technology patented. I heard what the gentleman said earlier about patent, but we've got a lot of experience actually in defending our patents already, and so we've got a lot of patents pending in the company, which is key for us. And we have an aggressive defensive strategy there. And the whole technology is very scalable. We aim to be, as I said, live in between 10 to 20 destinations very, very quickly, and at least 10 of those in 2010. And the other thing that's different about us is we're targeted. We're not aimed at the mass market. We're aimed at the creme de la creme of mobile customers around the world, those top people who spend all the money. And our aim is to provide them with a fantastic, sticky proposition, so they don't need to bother with different SIM cards and different phones, and all that kind of stuff. They can have local numbers, local rates, as they travel around the world. That's it. Thanks a lot.